All right. Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
everybody.
So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I'm Tania, the founder here at Museflower Retreat Spa.
And I'm Susanna, visiting practitioner here at Museflower Retreat and Spa.
So, we are back here for our 12 days of meditation magic. Today is actually day 10. And the
Yes.
theme is community. And of course, we are almost towards the end, which means the new year is almost here as well. And just to, for people who are just watching the first time, 12 Days of Meditation Magic is a free, daily meditation for like about 20 minutes, about a theme of a day, and it's to help you discover more magic in your life. So, magic here means being able to see and experience the extraordinary in the ordinary, and also hopefully to inspire you to follow, to try out meditation, to experience the benefits of meditation, and hopefully inspire you to start a regular meditation practice. So if you are joining in us live, feel free to leave comments. Hi, Felix.
Hi, Felix.
Feel free
Hi.
to leave comments to say hi, where you're saying hi from as well. And of course, throughout our live, and even if you're watching the replay later, let us know, how the experience has been for you. Susanna and I would love to hear from you. All right, so let's go right into our day 10 theme, which is community.
Yes, today is a very important theme because, maybe for the first time in the history of the world, due to this global situation, we felt the need to build strong communities. But before start walking about what a community is, I would like to read you two sentences that might explain or might help us in getting into the real meaning of community is. And the first one is a sentence, is a quote actually by Margaret Mead, who was a very important anthropologist of the last century. And she said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens could change the world. Indeed, is the only thing that ever has and had." So is this sense of a group of people, this is the community, is a group of people that have the power to produce significant changes. And the other definition actually is the definition of a word, which is Ubuntu, which is an African word, that literally means I am because you are. And if we can expand the meaning of Ubuntu, of I am because you are, like a little bit, is people are empowered by other people. So there is this strong sense of community, to the point that Ubuntu has also become, I think, is a digital.
Yeah, it's an operating system.
Is an operating
On
system.
Linux, yeah.
Exactly, is an operating system that brings people together, like community and communication have the common root and the common origin, which is to bring, to put in common, to bring in common. We communicate, we bring things in common. And that is the original root of the word, which has to do with sharing. The community, the communication, bringing things in common, as always the same meaning of sharing. And I would like to talk a little bit about group, team, and community, because we use these words like when we want to mean something about that, and we use group, we use team, we use community, thinking that they have the same meaning, but it is not. So thanks to the work of one of my teachers, if I can mention his name, is Dr. Michael Hall, is a psychologist from Colorado. He was able to make some distinctions that are now accepted also in the psychological community. And the difference between a group, a team, and a community is that a group is an aggregate of individuals. Work group, a highly performance group, or also people, they are waiting at the bus stop. It's a group of people. A group of people waiting at the immigration office, for example, it's an aggregate of individuals. Then we have the team, and the team, according to the definition, is a small group of people who put the vision and the mission of the team above their own. So here we can already start perceiving a difference, that one is an aggregate of individuals. We all have our visions, our missions, our values. We don't feel pushed to share them or to put, well, actually sometimes we put our own personal vision above the others' ones. A team is different. A team is already a group of people that is not a mere aggregate. It's something more. And then we have the community, which is a group of living things, here is the definition, or like a social unity with commonality, such as norms, value, customs, identity, and they have diverse characteristics, but they are linked by social ties and they share common perspectives. Before we started here, we were talking with Tania, and we simply had the example of when you opened your company.
Right. Yeah.
And then you were, here at Museflower, and you were looking for people. You met a group of people. In the beginning, these individuals, they were together, probably in the same room. And in the beginning, they were a group. Like personalities and individuals. And then they slowly started becoming a team, working together, sharing their values and bringing the value of the company above their own, even though by keeping their own values, that's fine, and at the same time taking care of the values of the company. And then there is the Museflower community, people sharing the same values, sharing the same, not identity, because even in a community we need to respect our own identity and to bring it further, but also sharing the same values and norms. And in a community, each member knows each other personal and professional story, because it's the strength of the community, the personal and professional story that can be added to the others, so the community can become even stronger and stronger. And that is the beauty of belonging to a community. Our own personal values are still respected and they are used for the greater good. And then again, in a community, every person cares genuinely and deeply above the others. There is this very strong sense of caring and sharing. And each member celebrates each other's successes. This happens quite often in a community. And last but not least, every person demonstrates support for each other. It's not just simply celebrating the successes, but also supporting the other individuals, especially in moments of difficulties. And being part of a community is what I think helped us as human beings and our evolution. It helped us. When we were living in caves, we were not a group, we were not a team, we were a community. The first communities, they start taking form in those times when the strength of the group, the strength of the community was bigger than the strength of just one individual, and that helped us evolving. Also, our sense of community, of the importance of the group, started happening at that time. So we need to go back like hundreds of thousands of years, if my knowledge of the beginning, the dawn of human beings started, is really the strength of the community. We are meant to live in a community, and I guess that the events of this almost closing year, 2020, gave us or showed us the importance of the community.
Yes.
So also my question for you is, do you have a community? Do you feel you are part of a community?
Right.
Is there any specific community that you would like to be part of? Communities, they share the same values that you share. That is, I think it's incredibly important nowadays. And the beauty of the community is, of course, we might have our moments when we feel that we will stay by ourselves. That's fine. And at the same time, being part of the community can give us also a greater strength, a sense of belonging. And again, I will not emphasize that enough. During this last year, our capacity to form stronger and stronger communities has been tested. And I really trust and hope and I wish to all of us to be part of a strong community, which will help us moving forward. So I would like, and I would like to know also your ideas about that. So you are very welcome to write any in the comment space below your comments, your ideas about community, because this is really an important theme that just transcends the topic of the day. It is something that we need to cultivate also in the upcoming year, in the new year. Being part of a community can really make a big difference.
Yes.
So I would like for you to do that if you feel that you want to share your ideas with us.
Can I just add to that as well? Because actually our Magic Week theme, at Museflower, the theme is community wellness. And the reason why we chose this theme this year is, as you know, like what Susanna said, with the global pandemic, there's even almost a stronger sense to bring wellness into like a community setting. And even though, if you are in lockdown or, you can't, physically go to meet the community, there's still, in a way, it's actually you still have even a stronger sense of need to, participate and belong in a community. So you're not really all alone. And luckily, with the technology now, we can create a lot of virtual communities. And that's what we're also doing here in the virtual Magic Week, right? Inviting, our Museflower community online from all over the world to join. And there's also a really great quote that we did put on our website. I think it's by Malcolm X, which is a human rights activist. And he said, when, the I is like, I can't remember exactly because I didn't write down. But when is it I, like the illness in I, when it becomes to we, then it becomes wellness.
Oh, nice.
The word illness, right? So the I, when it becomes we, then illness becomes wellness. Sorry, I think that's like sort of the quote. Sorry, paraphrasing here. But that's sort of like, that's really the importance of, stem from, we do all belong to a community. You can say, even say I don't have, but a family, that you're born in, the lineage that your ancestors you're born with, they're all kind of like, that's part of one community. You may or may not, feel connected with that community, but that is definitely one community. And hopefully, of course, we all hope that you can find community that you feel, a sense of belonging. And by the way, the reason why we keep on looking down is because, just to let you know, we're not distracted just because my dog Nico is here again. So we're like, keep on looking down, and the animal community, right? Participating today. That's why I brought her here. Okay, so let's get into her meditation.
As you were talking about that, I would like to share something that makes total sense to me as you started talking about animals. Definitely, and I love wolves. I feel particularly attracted to wolves and the community of wolves, but I think all the communities in the animal kingdom, they put the welfare and the well-being of the whole community above their own.
It's true, right.
So the importance of the group, so the survival of the group is guaranteed by everyone can support the group. It's not just like, okay, I take care of myself, which of course it happens, but then there is the sense of the group of the community, which is more important. So we should take inspirations from animals.
Always.
And thank you for showing this, because it gives me this idea. You're right? Good.
Okay, I'm putting her down now.
Okay.
She's still sitting on our lap, but
so now for the meditation today, I would like to share with you a very, very nice meditation that will help us in creating a bigger inner sense of community, and will also support us in creating and in getting in touch with communities that we would like to be part of, or who knows, maybe creating our own community.
Right.
The original meditation, it lasts almost 20 minutes. Here we will make a shorter version, and of course you are welcome, like 5 or 6 minutes, and of course you're welcome for when you will listen to this video, watch these videos and listen to my words again, you are welcome to make it last longer. And here I have, and this will help us develop a stronger sense of connection, both, as I said, with ourselves and with the people around us. And for that, I invite you to light up a candle.
Yep, we got ours.
If you have an incense, maybe you can light up an incense to give you also this very smell, comforting reassurance. And I invite you to close your eyes, to find a comfortable position on a cushion or chair, or lying on a bed, or on the floor, or on a mat. And begin by taking a few moments to settle in by bringing your awareness into your mind and body. And acknowledge how you're feeling and let it be. And gently shift to a mindful breathing, being aware of breathing in and out. Just breathe in and out, normally and naturally. And now begin to shift attention to where you're seated. You begin to feel the connection of your body on the chair, or cushion, bed, or mat, and feel its connection to the floor. And you can reflect on the connection of the floor to the building you are in and its connection to the earth farther below. And let your awareness expand to include the earth below you. Feel that sense of being held by the earth below you, and just allow yourself to be held by the earth. You are in a safe space, and you can breathe in and out with ease in your body and mind. And now feel how the earth rises up to hold and embrace you. There is nothing more you need to do, nowhere you have to go, and no one you have to be. Just being held in the heart of kindness and letting be. And now I want you to bring to mind someone you would hold this way. Reflect on your loved ones being held in the same way, with safety and ease of body and mind. Reflect on how the earth holds all beings, whether they are acquaintances, strangers, or difficult ones, with no discrimination, no separation. Reflect on how this earth holds all beings, forsaking none, whether they be small or large. And reflect on how this earth does not exist in a vacuum, that it is connected to a solar system and vast universe. We all are interconnected. Our bodies and the earth, the sun and the stars are composed of the same matter. We have that in common, the same basic particles joined in different ways. And you can feel into that sense of connection and interconnection, that we are all made of that. Feeling that sense of being home within your body and mind, the true sense of belonging and connection that you can share with others. And breathe in and breathe out. And you can keep holding that person or that group of persons or that team of persons. You can hold them this way. Or you can imagine, who would you like to hold that way? And now you can return your attention to the breath. Just breathing in and out, feeling the grace of this universe. No isolation, nor separation. Actually, you feel this sense of connection and interconnection and being at home. Nothing more you need to do, go, get, or push away. All resting in the heart of this universe. And now let well wishes form. May all beings here and everywhere dwell with peace. While you imagine your community, whether it's a new one or one that already exists. While you feel these feelings of being in a community get stronger and stronger. Those values, those norms, those visions, that you hold them sacred. And now take one deep breath in through the nose and out from the mouth. Maybe you want to start moving your hands and your body again. And you keep doing this with your second breath in and out. You might want to start stretching your arms or your body. And with a third breath in and out, you want to help and open your eyes. Thank you. Welcome back. This is a very nice meditation that can help us in building and developing a stronger sense of community. Do you want to add something about this? How was the meditation? How was the feeling?
Nico is a bit distracting, but
yeah, he's been kissing my arm the whole night.
Yes, she's thirsty. It's just very calming, and
yes.
the sense of connection. I guess it's I really like the earth holding you, and you have imagine your loved ones being held as well. And I think that's a really good one. Also, when if you worry about somebody, you can't
yes.
do anything about it, and just imagine they're being held by the earth, and you don't need to hold their burden, but you're all being held and
yes.
cradled by nature and by the universe. So that's also something like just gives like just a really calming,
and you
recentering.
and you can contribute to their well-being by letting, like, of course, by adding your good intentions, knowing that we are all like held by the earth.
Exactly, yeah.
Because part of the values of the community is that every member of the community takes care or is genuinely interested in the well-being of others. And so there is this sense of collaboration and cooperation. These are other two very important words for when we think about communities: the collaboration and cooperation. For, I know that maybe this might sound a little bit like over generic, like the greatest good, and we know that we can apply that to our sense of community. What is the greatest good of the community, and how can we contribute to that?
That's true. Yeah.
When I did this meditation for the first time, I had an image of a community in mind, and at the end of the meditation, of course, knowing that a community is made out of individuals, so we need to respect also their individuality, and at the same time the sense of the community, I felt an incredible feeling of love towards this being. Many of them were very different from me, as I was very different from them, and at the same time there was this sense of love for them, even for those who were like at the opposite, at the other extreme of the continuum. The famous, like, the difference, but at the same time there was this respect for that difference, because it can give richness to the community.
Yes.
So it gave me a great sense of love.
Thank you. All right, so the tips of the day.
The tips of the day, of course, as usual, it's not just one, there are many. Because I like to give you options. I am an option person, so I like to give you options, and it's much better, and I believe that it's much better to have option rather than absence of options. And so, for example, and you could find them also written in the text, right?
Yes.
Is being charitable towards others. And what also Museflower is doing is being part of a community of a charity program. And I would like to give you more time so you can speak about that.
Thank you.
But also develop your qualities of being a compassionate being and forgiving. But we will say a little bit more about forgiveness tomorrow. And another one is just sharing hospitality. Even in these times of COVID, when you are absolutely sure and safe 100%, sharing hospitality, it's a nice way to develop a very good sense of community.
You can also do it virtually too. So.
Yeah. And appreciation and gratitude. Sharing these two values of appreciation and gratitude, these will help us in building a strong sense of community.
Yes.
The gratitude for being part of a community and for what other people do for us. And also the appreciation, the acceptance. These are all values that are very important in a community, and you can cultivate those values of acceptance, of appreciation, and of gratitude.
Yes, and I'll say it's really highly related to yesterday when we talked about trust and the tips you share with trust, because they're quite similar, some of the tips, and because when you build the trust yourself with other people, that's why you start to build a community, right?
Yes.
So it makes total sense. You sort of kind of we didn't plan it that way intentionally, but sort of the themes kind of built on top of each other. Trust from yesterday, and then community, and of course tomorrow we'll be doing a healing, which is going to talk about forgiveness a bit.
Yeah, and if I may mention, it's not the last one forever, but it's for our meeting today. Find a way to develop a very important ingredient for building a strong community, which is patience. I can say that I'm not a very patient person. I'm learning how to develop patience. And to me, and this is a very sort of 2 cents of an advice as a tip, a nice way to develop patience, whenever our community, they are challenging our capacity of being patient.
Right, yeah.
Because they challenge our capacity of being patient.
Yes.
They do their best to challenge, and we do our best to challenge other people's capacity for patience. But when it happens to us, just take 3 deep breaths. That is very immediate, and maybe on the first one we still want to like that. Maybe the second one is getting a little lower, and maybe with the third one, something happened and we've been reframing something. So, or
Yes.
to train our capacity for being patient.
Or you can refer back to our day one patience. When we talk
Exactly.
about patience and the mudra with patience. That
Exactly.
might
You
be
can
able to
also,
help you.
yes. Sometimes it happens also when there are people, they say, oh, you meditate, and this is what you do, like this, like trying to make fun. But it's true. This is one way to train and to expand our capacity for being patient.
Yes.
So please find also that, which is, looks like a simple tip, but it's very effective.
Yes, and also probably maybe for some of you, New Year's Eve, New Year's coming, and you might be spending time with community. So that is also something.
Yes.
Or with families, and that's also patience. Definitely, especially families with loved ones. We test each other's patience.
Yes,
all the
family
time.
is the best gym where we can get trained. It's the
Yes.
best place.
I like that you say it's a gym. Yes,
Yeah, it's
totally.
a gym. Yeah, when we get, it's the
true.
energetic gym where our
It's true.
capacity of being a very patient people it's tested every single day.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for closing our
You're
session today.
very
But I
welcome.
do want to, because Susanna did mention community, and we did talk about community wellness. And so for today, I also want to mention about our Orbis fundraising campaign. So just the theme, actually, one of the theme when we talk about community wellness is. That's my dog songs. As the community wellness is, let's come together to thrive. And when we mentioned about at the beginning, individuals, it's when you think about community, the strength of community, it's really from survival to thriving. You do it yourself, of course, but there's a huge support from the community, and to be able to do that together, to thrive together. So really ask you to support us to save site with Orbis. They do great work to support communities actually that are in developing countries. One of the initiatives that they do is they actually train local doctors to do the eye surgeries. So they actually empower the communities too, because they also know they cannot just bring the doctors and fly to different countries and do the surgery there and leave, but they also want to empower the local community so they can do the surgeries themselves later to help to treat and cure avoidable blindness. So we are I'm showing the link here now for the donation. Also, the donation link is in the description box, and so I'm asking you, as a community, as to step forth in to support other communities in need. All right, so thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And so I'm just bringing, how Nika, she's changed. So she was sitting on my lap, and now that Susanna's become her community, and then she's sitting on her lap now. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining in. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 2:30, for our day 11, second to last day from the 12 days of meditation magic. Thank you, and I'll see you.
Bye. Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.